Alright, give it to me straight, Doc. What's the bad news?
There's no more chili.
There's no more chili. What's the good news then?
It was delicious.
It was delicious. Alright, well, I'm glad that I didn't fail entirely. I guess it's sun-cloaked for me. Shit. That's not good. Does she not have additional stuffs? Oh, here we go. Just max it out. Fuck it. Let me see if I can catch up with chat really quick before we dip into this. Oh, you know, I gotta go to Blacksmith. They are bleach bad characters in a Naruto setting. What are we talking about? Because that sounds really bad. Oh wow, they're all fully upgraded. Holy shit. Mad stuff here. Oh yeah, this would have been bad. Alright, good deal. Bleach is your guilty pleasure. That's fair. Aren't they doing a, didn't they do a live action of that too? Was it the best movie of all time? What did we say we were going to try and do here? Oh, this thing probably, right? Because it seems really good. Alright, good deal. Warrens. Yeah, this could be shit. This has the potential to be shit. We're gonna over purchase just because things are really bad in here. This is probably fine, right? Yeah. Probably fine. That's fine.
It's fine, he said.
So is there any amount of Bleach that's worth watching? Because usually these shows don't, like, even when they turn bad, they don't usually start bad. The second arc? Must you need the first arc? What do I want here? Not that. More of this. Yeah. Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Alright, good deal. Oh, we have a bit of a marking party going on in the back ranks there. We should put Captivate on and we could take max use of that. Or make the most use of that. Figures. A cause for alarm, citizen. Oh wow, big hit. Is she being a bad pup?
Oh yeah. Lucy Joe, you're in trouble.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble, pup.
Lucy Joe, we yell at you.
It's a stable of weaving. I've never seen Fist of the North Star. I've had it recommended to me a couple of times. But like, I don't know, I used to watch a lot of anime, but I don't really anymore.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I just like watched too many things that felt very much the same. If that makes any sense. And I was like, man, I don't know. I could do other things with my time. There's so many good games to play. Obligatory Cowboy Bebop is awesome, obviously.
Strike.
I'm trying to think of what else I saw that was really, really good. Like enough to recommend.
Their formation is broken.
I mean, everybody who's seen Bebop says that it's good. It's sort of like Pulp Fiction, like there's not really people who hate it.
Oh, dude, you should tell them how much you love that one.
Oh! From the Abyss was really good. If you like anime and you're tired of seeing the same thing over and over again, go check that shit out and watch all of it.
Spirits are
No, there was a
lifted,
live action version
and
of
purpose
it
is made
No,
clear.
yeah, we already did those jokes, Sunzi.
on Netflix, the one you love, The Ghost in the Shell.
No, Ghost in the Shell was really, really bad. What are you talking about?
You loved it. It's your believe.
I definitely didn't. I didn't even see it. I just assume it's the worst. Hope we can get, okay, so this should be the way to get the invitations, I guess? Yeah, then Dodge Party is the way to hunt for these. Okay, I'm figuring this out now. Oh, crap. Yeah, Lindsay's just trying to trigger all of you. Don't let her win. Oh, come on. I need you to hit this guy. Alright, there we
Confidence
go.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
Don't maim you. I would never. Sack was very comfy. You can't trust anyone who eats the last bowl of chili. That's Lindsay. Oh shit, something was just on my mind I was gonna mention, and I'd totally forgotten it now. It'll come back to me.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
We're so close to actually hurting any of these guys. There we go.
Annihilated.
Yeah, From the Abyss was really good. What was the other thing I was gonna mention? It was like more of a movie. It's just not coming to me. No. JoJo's like this, I guess absurdist anime is probably what it seems like. I've never watched it.
Destroy them all.
Yeah, so that's really where anime tends to fall apart, is the fan bases. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, so there's the invitation. Good deal.
Triumphant pride
Like actually making
precipitates
progress
a
now.
dizzying
Although like
fall.
at this point, it kind of feels like if we don't get really far when we use this, it's a huge waste. Maybe that'll change some over time. I don't know. So that was worth doing. Although we got the Crimson Curse on this guy. It's fine, I guess, because I kind of want him in there.
The light, the promise of safety.
God damn it! What was I gonna recommend? It's just like I have no idea. I'm so screwed. I just can't think of it. It's gonna bother me so much.
Last podcast on the left.
No, I think it was a movie. I can't imagine like what anime movie I would recommend though. It just doesn't seem right.
The horror.
Japanese cultural advancement to effeminacy. You can go down a line and go from the first Arctic to current. You just see the insane change. How the mighty have fallen, huh? Oh, that's not how I meant to attack, but I guess he's got a bleed on him now. That's cool. Okay, I should have checked the damage. Maybe you can't attack him back there. It's possible. Nope. Oh, puppy, don't look. Which version of Oregon Trail did you play? The only version there is. I don't know. I'm not sure that there are many options there.
Decimated.
Well, I honestly
The
couldn't
abyss
tell you, Lindsay. I wasn't there.
returns Even the boldest gaze.
Oh wow, I actually get to go before this guy? Hallelujah. There
Cursed
we go.
champion falls. Ghoulish
Don't even want
horrors.
this.
brought low and driven into
Probably
the mud.
good in the final dungeons. I don't know. We can hunt one out if we really want it. How fast are you? Am I screwing myself out of point blank shots here? I am. Damn. Wow, what? What a trap.
Carelessness
Oh my
will
God.
find no clemency
What happened there?
in this place.
That was so brutal, it looked like a bug.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
We're like 2 feet into this fucking dungeon too, holy shit. Should not have used all that, You think these will double stack? Alright, let's just go for it. Oh, can we get 2 maybe? That'd be dope. Literally don't care about the arbalist. This is fun. Oh god, not again. What is the issue with her? Oh wow, her stress is way up there. Ooh, we gotta deal with that. 67% for 5 rounds. Well, too late now.
There can be no hope in
Wrecked.
this hell. No hope at all.
I guess this guy's still killable? Can I shoot this guy? Alright, there we go. Got at least one. I think that's good. I'm not sure exactly how it plays out in this situation. Fuck. I don't think we're gonna actually... I don't think we're actually going to be able to finish this mission. I think we bit off more than we could chew here. Oof, okay. I know that can do a lot of damage, so that's lucky. Please die, thank you. Yeah, this party is like fucked up right now. Alright, so we did another one. They do stack. That's
This
good news.
expedition at least promises success.
Yeah, we already need to camp. We brought so many things in here too. We were prepared
The way is
to do a
lit,
bunch,
the
and we're
path
not
is
doing
clear.
shit.
We require only the
Oh,
strength
can I
to follow
avoid
it.
ambush at least? That's good. Alright. Maybe we could go a little bit further actually. Yeah. Alright, that's good. We'll do that. Original opinions? Oh shit. Those debates popping off in chat. Is it worth it? Oh wait, what's your... Oh no, she can never ever disarm anything apparently. It's just not in her skill set. I think you should get stressed from packs already being looted. I feel like that would stress me out. I'd be like, so sad about it. Alright, let's sleep while the sleeping's good
A
here.
moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Alright, so first things first. Let's just not have that problem. What's my best heal? Because I'm gonna need that. Oh, this is like essentially the same thing? Okay. So probably Therapy Dog? Seems really good. Oh, she just ignores it. You bitch. It's the best I can do for her, Jesus. Fucking Arbalists.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
This is why nobody put you in their party compositions, Arbalists. You're just constantly a disappointment. Man, I'm feeling left out. I gotta see some of the stuff you guys are talking about. Anything that can sustain this much conversation is worth checking out, I think. That's my opinion. Alright, no stress here, that's lucky. I think I don't want any bleeds either. Or blights, rather. That'd be dope. Nice. Alright. My wish is granted. I want to just heal, maybe? He's got 30 prot. No dodge, though. Nah.
Soothed. Sedated.
That's not the first thing to jump into. After you're more accustomed to weeb shit. I'll just clean this guy up real quick. Give him the chops. Get some chops in there. Alright. Guy like actually still alive. Boom. Alright, we're doing okay here. Can like actually hold some of this stuff.
Trifling
Pretty dope.
victory, but a victory nonetheless.
This guy's always calling my victories trifling. I'm starting to take issue with that, I think. Look at the double threat here. They both have prot, right? 72 versus 80. I think this guy is actually going to end up doing more damage to me than anything else. Do I want to start by just not getting hurt, though? That actually seems pretty strong. We're gonna make this work. Don't freak out, bro. He's just stressing my party, thanks. Good job, bro. Oh, wow. Put up numbers, though. Holy shit. Can we... Oh, so no bleed's gonna work on him? Alright, fuck it then. Guess we're just gonna take some amount of damage here. Alright, that block turned out to be good.
In a single strike.
Alright, big spear here? Yeah. Knew it. So dodged it, though. That's pretty dope. Very efficient.
There we go.
Oh, Peter, shit, you are alive, sir. Everybody welcome Pocky 101 to the Discord from chat, I suppose. Would be the way to do that.
Well, hello.
How are things, sir?
I'm drunk, so very good.
Oh, wow. Rough day.
Birthday party is from coworkers.
Yeah. Gotta do it. There are some lively anime discussions going on deep in the bowels of chat.
Animu.
Oh yeah, dude. We got the animus here.
I haven't watched a good Animu in forever, I feel like.
It looks like they haven't made too many in forever.
That's also very true.
Probably should have used those biscuits like way earlier.
The Weeaboo beer coasters.
Yeah. New recruits. Everybody and their mother online has to have an army now.
I go to Europe and you come back and you have like more followers. Wow.
Yeah, I actually have been streaming the entire. Actually, I have a lot of regular viewers. Well, not okay. So a lot is a relative word, and it definitely does not apply to me. I have a lot more viewers, but I only ever have like 2 in chat because I picked up just a bunch of Europeans over my early streaming sessions. But like,
right, you'll
they're
see
back
us
in
as
school
the
now.
one I really remember.
And it's like, well, that's great. You guys stop going to school and just watch my stream.
Yeah. Give up your future for, you know, my success.
Right? No, they're good. I've got a lot of people who show up like frequently. Oh god damn it, not again.
Damned. Piled high and cloaked in
Son of a
I'm
fuck.
assuming those are 2 different statements, but okay.
Yeah, no.
devastating blows.
Bad things just happened.
Yeah, I was all planning on streaming tonight and, you know, being in here, but then they were like, let's go have drinks and dinner. And I'm like, yeah, let's have drinks and dinner. Work
Just got
sucks.
roped in.
Yeah.
Master Burger. Yeah, alright, beer coasters. This time we'll get him. Can I not have my treats? Oh, I still have treat action going on
Is
here.
that a skull with a cage on its head?
That is a skull with a cage on its head, yeah. Definitely for sure
Awesome.
that's what that is.
Awesome. I remember recommending this game to you when I never played it.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I mean-
I've been wanting to play it. I just haven't gotten it.
It hasn't been very good to me, but it is
Wow.
a good game. I can't reach the back ranks, can I? Fuck. Yeah, we just want to damage up on this guy. I don't want to fuck around with all this stuff.
So you got bitten by a snake,
I got bitten by a snake? That never happened.
and now you have cholera.
Are
Oh,
you tired
sorry.
of these snakes in these motherfucking dungeons?
Oh, no, you fuck. I am definitely getting tired of snakes in the dungeon. Spiders are the worst, actually. Literally, yesterday, rip, yeah, oh yeah, it's bad news. This guy is so brutal, because these guys hit, like, 16's like, that's fine. That's a fine amount of damage to see coming your way. It gets so much worse than that. We have a bit of a marking party here, though, so, yeah, we're getting pretty lucky on the damage. It only takes you about one round to find out that you're totally fucked here. Are you craving?
Oh.
No.
Masterfully.
Sorry,
And
what
are
Peter?
those like Mortal Kombat skulls with spines attached?
Kinda.
Yeah, okay. How's Lindsay been with Baby's first RPG?
Lindsay has not played much more of Baby's first RPG since last time you saw her.
Oh, okay.
She had like a bunch of wedding-related shit to do.
Sure.
Are you playing Oregon Trail, Lindsay?
Yeah.
And I have dysentery? Can you take better care of me, please?
Success. So
I feel
clear
like
from view.
if you can't handle me in Oregon Trail, you
This
can't
is
handle
just
me
the
in real life.
anti-vaxxer future of your life, man.
Man. Alright. Oh, oh shit. I've already rested. I am in trouble. I'm in trouble. It's the truth. Things are rough here.
The guy in the front seems a little wounded, but you're fine.
He's pretty wounded, yeah. I get a chance to remove a negative quirk. Some of these are pretty fucking bad, actually. I think we're just gonna go ahead and let you do it. There you go. Bloodthirsty. That was of all of the ones there, that was not the one I would have picked, game.
Man, now you got better, but now you're suffering
He
from
steals
exhaustion.
12 oxen with skills beer coasters. With skills.
What's going on with me, Lindsay?
Now you're suffering from exhaustion.
I'm suffering from exhaustion. I would say that, yeah, this conversation with you is definitely making that happen. Zingers. Lindsay, that's my hot take on your Oregon Trail playthrough. How do you like it? You don't like my hot take? Oh wow, good dodge. Single thief steals 12 oxen in the middle of the night. We literally just listened to the last podcast on the left's episode on the Donner Party, where that like actually happens to people, and it's way worse than you would think for somebody to steal 12 oxen, because back in the day you were sort of counting on those to eat, and when you can't eat oxen, you gotta just eat whatever's around.
So we
Sometimes
kill the
that's
weakest in
your
the
family.
Yeah, kill the youngest child. Eat him. It's like human veal. It's best.
I mean, that's kind of how they did it, so... Oh no, not the buried blast.
You make the meat. 9 months preparing it.
Oh wow, I really have to clear that dodge debuff. That's super not good. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I had 2 tons of food. I'm pretty sure my character could shoot pretty well. Oh, there's another one. Boo. Yeah, I'd like to think that I'd be okay in that situation, but I just prefer not to be in that situation
But
if at all
of
possible.
eating babies, you'd be okay
no,
with eating
not
a baby. Is
specifically
that what you're
eating
saying?
babies. Holy shit. You're pretty far afield here.
I don't know. I was talking about eating babies, and then you were like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be okay in that situation."
All right,
so I'm
Bible.
assuming.
Well, thank you, sir, for stopping by. Always better to play this game with somebody to share your misery with, I think. I will definitely be popping back in on you to give you whatever assistance I can provide.
Stay on the bed, Athena. No.
Have a good
Stay
one,
on the
man.
bed.
Yeah, we're good
Stay on the
dodge. I don't
bed,
think I've got any anti-venom here.
No. Stay on the bed.
Alright, so this is mostly fine now. I hope this is the last fight. Holy shit.
A death
we've got
You didn't know you had like 10 more rooms to go?
I mean, I might, though. I know, I'm aware that it's a possibility. I'm just sort of hoping that that's not the reality. because this party is hurt now in a fairly serious fashion.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Nope, there are more fights ahead. Mmm, tasty. So whose birthday was it?
One of the tellers.
Why do they call him Tellers, Peter?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Well, this is an educational stream, man. You gotta have those hot facts on hand.
Oh, okay, fine. Let me Google Teller and
Yes,
see what
this
the
is the-
history of Teller is. Let me get the Wikipedia article of Teller for you. Apparently, Teller is a oh, it's going to the magician Penn and Teller.
Oh, wrecked.
Uh,
Like really splitting my thoughts up here. Okay, that worked out. Maybe the Houndmaster will kill this guy and everything will be fine. In before, nope. Well, that sucks. Okay, these low rolls are fine, I suppose. Pig Spear is gonna wreck my shit though. Oh, he's not doing anything? Good deal. Oh, he's gotta be like at the back maybe. Before he can wreck my
bank
shit.
teller, often abbreviated to simply teller, is an employee of a bank who deals directly with customers. In some places, this employee is known as a cashier or a customer representative. Most tellers require experience with handling cash and a high school diploma. Most banks provide on-the-job training.
That doesn't tell us why they call them tellers though.
That is what they have. That's
That's what they
all the Wikipedia article has on bank teller.
I appreciate you going to bat for me.
Yeah. Tellers are considered a front line in the banking business because they are the first people who a customer sees at the bank.
Wow, this guy's making decisions on his own? What the fuck? Alright, so, Peter, what was the first country that you went to?
France.
So, okay, so where did you go in
I
France?
mean, well, the first country I've ever been to, America.
No, where you went to on your trip.
That would be France.
So, where did you go in France?
Paris.
Okay.
A victory.
How cliche.
Perhaps the
Yeah.
turning
I
point.
mean,
Alright,
and
we made it.
Versailles.
Versailles.
Yeah.
So, okay, so tell me about that. Because, well, like, I've heard vaguely, like, about your trip, but I want to know, like, what you did there, and how was it not speaking their language?
It was fine. Like everyone spoke a decent amount of English to where you could get like your message across.
Oh, good deal.
In
Yeah,
time,
Paris was pretty
you
awesome.
will
If I ever go
always
back,
take
I want to
the
know
extent of my
French though.
failings.
It definitely seemed like after hours when they were done with the like customer service phase that they just didn't want to fucking deal with you.
Sounds about right. I mean,
In
they probably
time,
feel the same
you
way.
will know the
I mean, yeah,
tragic
if
extent
someone
of
came
my
over just
failings.
speaking French to you, you'd be like, do you speak
Like,
English?
no.
I don't know. Yeah. So, but pretty much everyone was pretty accommodating.
Oh, good deal.
It was awesome. The bars were pretty cool. The only thing was that they're like in a bar in America, you go up to like a bar and you can sit at a bar and like talk to people that come up
Mhm.
to you. I feel like that wasn't really a thing in Europe in general.
Okay.
I'm sure it would be different if it wasn't the summer when everyone was out like in like the outside like seating area with their friends and stuff. But
Sure, yeah.
yeah, so that was kind of hard, like breaking into like talking to people and like you have like a group of friends talking and you're just kind of like a stranger coming up and be like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But for the most part, I would talk to people and I went out, drinking and stuff, and they were good.
Okay. It's encouraging.
The best place or the most fun I had was in Amsterdam and Berlin, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, those were definitely the best. Berlin was amazing, and I mean Amsterdam was awesome for multiple reasons, but
Okay.
yeah, Berlin I would say would be the best place that I went to.
So what stood out about Berlin for you?
I don't know, just the people were just way more relaxed and chill. Like like the parties and bars were like open all the time. So it was like a constant party if you were not working. The and just the German people were just super friendly and nice. You know, it's
No
just
grass for the oxen. No water.
I don't know.
No grass for the oxen. No water.
Italy
Because
was
they want
definitely
me
the
fucking
the
food.
worst of the places I went to though, or at least
Yeah.
Rome and Naples.
Yeah, it kind of has that reputation.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
apparently, like
no!
the hotel that I was staying at,
Someone
they were
got
telling
fucking
me that like
died.
apparently the Pope opened up like the borders a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and so you had a lot of immigrants coming in, but they didn't have like I guess a decent plan for them for
Mm-hmm.
like jobs and stuff. So there was a lot more scammers, a lot more pickpocketers, and a lot more people hawking bullshit to you there
Uh,
than any
yeah.
other places. The other thing was that it was super humid and pretty much all of Europe didn't have like trash cans, like public trash cans to like throw stuff away. So
Yeah.
there's just trash everywhere and they didn't pay like in all the other countries they didn't have that either, but they like paid a lot of the like bottle pickup and a bunch of other like trash pickup.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't as bad. Um, but in Italy, I guess they didn't do that. So there was trash just everywhere with the heat. It just smelled awful.
Yeah, it sounds bad, man.
Yeah, and there were just like a lot of people begging and scammers and almost pickpockets.
Well, dude, I'm sorry. That sounds really shitty.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I went to Rome. Like, the Vatican was awesome. Like, I don't, if you're not dumb like Kevin and think that the Vatican is going to be a bunch of Roman stuff and not Catholics, like symbolism everywhere,
Yeah, yeah.
then it was good. Like, I obviously knew it was going to be a bunch of Catholic stuff,
Sure.
so I was fine with that. Um, the Colosseum was awesome. Um, a lot smaller and different than I thought it would be. And
Mm-hmm.
then the Roman Forum was pretty sweet. Uh, I went to Saint Denis Castle, and a couple of catacombs, and those were cool.
Yeah.
Um, I was disappointed in a lot of the food in Rome, though. I was expecting like really awesome like Italian red sauce, but
Mm-hmm.
I've had like better red sauce from my family, so I was like s- I was spoiled from my Italian family. Like, here's a bunch of red pasta, like ziti and red sauce and stuff like that. But their white, like, scampi sauce was amazing. Like, their olive oil was, like, fucking amazing. But yeah, the red sauce, there was only one place that I went to that actually had, like, a good red sauce. I was like, oh man, this is awesome.
Where was that?
Amsterdam had the best food overall. And not just because of the pop brownies, but the like just overall the best food was in Amsterdam.
So, out of all the food that you had, what would you say was the best food? The number one
Uh,
meal of all
the
time.
number one meal was Monto, the Afghani restaurant that I had in Amsterdam. It was like it's essentially a dumpling with pasta, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Miller.
whatever seasonings and flavors they added, it just
The
made it
seasons took his
amazing.
livelihood. I took his land.
All right.
And now
Yeah. So
uncountable
that was really,
years
if you ever go
of
to
combat
a
has
like
taken his
Afghani
humanity.
restaurant, get the Mantu.
My only
Toe
or
regret
two.
is that I
Yeah.
did not live
I don't know
to
when I
see
would ever
that
be at an Afghani
bloody
restaurant, honestly.
mill smashed to
Yeah.
pieces
I was
and
surprised
ashes
too. Like I asked,
flying from
I was at
beyond
the
void.
place getting like brownies, and I was asking him like, "Hey, where's a good place to get food around here?" And he was like, "Oh, this Afghani place around the corner." I was
I
like,
forgot
"Okay,
it
let me go
brings
try
out
that."
a
I'd never
dude.
had Afghani food before. Let me give it a shot. And it was fucking amazing. They gave me there was the mantu, and then the guy like I kept going on about how good it was, and the guy brought out like quail legs for free for me, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let me try that." And that was like melt in the mouth, good meat. Like that was like you peeled it away and it just melted in your mouth like butter.
Seems alright.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, it was like this guy, like the family's like it was the son and daughter ran the restaurant, and then the mother cooked the food. So it was like the grandmother, and then like the mother, the daughter and son ran the restaurant and like, did everything else, and it was super good.
So how do you feel? What do you think has changed now that you've done this? I know it's been on your list for a while. You finally got an opportunity to live the dream. Do you think that it was worth the effort? Would you recommend that other people attempt this as well?
Yeah, even if like that I didn't like Italy, I would definitely say go to Italy. Um, maybe not Naples, but definitely like go to Italy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like even though I didn't like Rome, like going to the Vatican, going to the Colosseum, going to the Roman Forum was amazing experience. Uh, it's just a lot different. The biggest thing with Rome was that like it's essentially New York transplanted into like Florida heat and mugginess. So it's just very American, and I was just not ready for that going from the rest of Europe to to Rome. So it was just completely different experience. Like I was expecting more, like European stuff, and then I was like, I'm transplanted in New York City, and so I just had to switch gears. So it
Yeah.
took me like a couple of days to like get used to like that, and then once I was there for like 2 or 3 days, I was fine. But like the first couple of days, it was like, oh my god, this is fucking horrific.
Yeah, I can see that. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely recommend. Like again, Berlin, I would say like fuck yeah. Anyone who wants to go to Europe, go to fucking Berlin.
That's high praise.
Yeah, Berlin was awesome.
Gotta be
And
worth
if you go to
checking out.
Berlin, go try the Donner for food. Like after drinking and going home to like your hotel, try Donner.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. It's essentially like a euro, but just more Middle Eastern, I guess, than Greek.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like lamb and lettuce and everything. You would have to ask for not onion, but it was
That's
amazing.
everywhere, it seems like.
Yeah.
My eternal curse.
Yeah. And Paris was good. I liked it, but if I ever go back, I would want to go with someone who either I learn French or I go with someone who learns French if I go back.
Yeah, I feel like I would definitely want somebody who speaks a native language when I dip in like that.
Yeah. I mean, I was fine going anywhere. I would say Amsterdam was the easiest place to get around with English.
Mm-hmm.
Berlin being a close second, but Amsterdam was like it essentially like English was everywhere. You didn't need to do anything else. Like,
Back to the pit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Amsterdam was also small. Like I walked the whole city in like a day, and I'm not like a fast walker. I'm a short, fat man, so it was maybe like 5 kilometers in any direction to get across the
Mhm.
city.
A faint hope blossoms.
But there were a lot of bikes, so like just stay out of the bike lane.
Yeah, I would
Otherwise
expect,
you'll
yeah.
get hit. Yeah.
So, having been there,
Death by inches.
what do you have like a different view of America having gone? Like, would you live in Europe now at this point?
Remember, Europe's bullshit.
Maybe I would live in Amsterdam or Berlin. But overall, America is just too comfortable for me.
I hear that.
Like I spent 30 odd years in America. Like moving elsewhere would be just different. Like I would move to like Japan was also awesome. That would be another place I would move to. But Japan, Germany, or Amsterdam. I wouldn't move to Italy. I wouldn't move to France. Actually, I would move to France after I've learned French.
Okay, yeah, I could see how that would be helpful.
Yeah. But in like Germany or Amsterdam, I would move without learning like German or Dutch. But it's definitely a a different experience. Like everything is slower there. Like you're at a restaurant. Like in America, you get free water, free bread at the restaurant. In Europe, you have to pay for water. Bread is not free.
You pay for water? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, water is more expensive than beer.
The fuck for?
Like not even that's not even a joke. Like you can get a pint for like $3 and water's like $4 at a restaurant.
Is there any rationale to that, or like, do they have any reason, or did they? I guess you might not have been able to ask.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like I would just go into a supermarket and buy like a 2 liter of water for like $1.20. So I would just walk around like in my backpack. I would have like the water bottle in there. So I would just drink that.
Was it like the tap water no good, or?
No, it was fine. Like they would have tap water. It was just like you would have no opportunity to really drink it. It was like when you went to a restaurant, like you would buy like if you bought water, it would be like just tap water in a giant bottle, like a carafe of like water, but you would still have to pay for it.
What a rip, dude.
Yeah.
I don't love
Yeah,
that.
I don't know what their reasoning for that was, but that was definitely an interesting thing. But even that, like the waiters, like in America, you have the waiter coming over, like asking, like, "Are you doing okay? You need anything?" Like how they come over and ask.
Yeah.
They don't do that really. Like they'll take your plates and ask you sometimes, but not really. And then for the check in America, they'll like bring you the check. In Europe, they don't bring you the check. Like you have to ask for it. Like you can sit there for like an hour and a half and they won't bring you a check. Like you have to ask for it.
That's weird. Like what do they think is gonna happen? Well, okay, so no, like, I mean, you were there, so how did it work? I think you just dropped out of Discord, or you just got really quiet or something. Oh, you're coming back a little bit now. Oh, yeah, it sounds like it's your mic. And some friendly crackles.
There.
You're still really quiet.
What's that? Is better? That.
You're still ultra quiet. Still quiet.
Give them no quarter.
Or is not picking you up much?
I think it's not picking you up unless you just started whispering or like moved really far away.
No, my mic is not moved, but my dog's mic thing, so I'm trying to get it set up, but it seems to not pick me up for whatever.
Yeah, it's picking you up. It's just like it's decided that you are now just like the most quiet person.
The onslaught.
Huh.
Destroy
How about
them
that?
all.
No, it's not making any difference right now.
What the hell just happened? Let me reset my mic. Hold on.
Safe from the comet's maddening light. For now.
Alright, we gotta bail on this. We forgot to bring blood. Oh, you're coming through again.
Now I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't.
Yeah, you're way louder
Let
than
me
you were
close
before,
Discord.
but... Wait, did I not get any crystals from that? Oh, you have to go all the way through? Oh well. Whatever.
I remember days when the sun shone.
That would've been
Laughter
cool.
could be heard from the tavern.
Yeah, I just fucked up my team there.
Okay, how is that?
Oh
Is
yeah.
that any better?
Yeah, you're back to normal.
Now I can't hear you. What the hell's going on? Let me just reboot my PC. Hold on. Let me do that.
How you doing over there, Lindsay? Little Miss Oregon Trails.
There's nothing to hunt. I brought 0 pounds of food back.
It's tough on the trail, man.
everything sucks. It's like, somebody got bitten by a snake. 2 of my people died. Somebody else got bitten by a snake.
The snakes are out there, dude. You just gotta be careful of them.
And you keep having to rest because people keep getting bit by snakes.
Well, maybe you ought to teach them to avoid snakes. Just a thought. Maybe
I can't
your
believe I
snake
died. That was like the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
maybe your snake education is severely lacking.
Uh-huh. John was bitten by a snake again.
The snake baits will get you, man.
Hey, you there?
Yeah, I'm
Can I
here.
hear
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep. Now I can hear you. So yeah, I just needed to reboot my PC. I don't know what happened. Um, but back to where I was with Europe. It's just a lot slower in general. Everything just seemed to take more time to do anything you were doing, and things closed a lot earlier. It seemed like they definitely had a better like work to life schedule than we do.
That sounds nice.
Yeah,
Sign me up for that.
right. Yeah, I definitely wanted to go for a long time. I definitely felt like I was missing out on not being in Europe, uh, for whatever reason that I felt that. But
Well, that's a thing that people do. Why not?
yeah,
Why shouldn't you go?
yeah, that's pretty much how I felt. It's like I only spent 4,000, so it wasn't that bad for 3 weeks.
4,000 for 3 weeks is a pretty good deal. But then, like, you also have to consider the, I guess, the cost of not being at work.
Right, those lost 3 weeks of pay. Is that what you're saying? Because it was all
Yeah, yeah.
paid vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't really lose anything, thankfully.
Lucky you.
That's one thing. The bank has been very good with compensation with that.
Well, that's pretty lucky.
Yeah. Like this year, I had the 4 weeks vacation, and I still have like 5 days left, so I'll carry over to next year probably, since I don't really have anything else to do this year. So,
That seems good.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, so it seems like it would be fun, but I just don't know. I worry that like I would do that, but then like miss doing something else. Like just every time I think of going on a vacation, like some of the things that I've done already pop out to me as like things I'd want to do more.
what do you mean? Like instead of going to, like, oh, go to France, but oh, I want to go to uh, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I mean, I don't know. I've never been, so I can't really say what I would prefer. But I feel like it would be hard to argue for going to a country where I don't know how good or bad it's going to be when I could just go to Austin and I know it's going to be awesome. Does that make any
Sure.
sense?
No, it does. And my view is different though, because my view is for like I don't my vacation. I'm trying to get away from what I know, the day-to-day sameness of shit that I've done before. Like I don't want like my de not depression, but my issues come from just the same thing every day. And so it's like if vacation becomes if like I go to the same place all the time, it becomes a thing of it's just another sameness that I'm used to, you know, and like that's what I'm trying to get away from. Like I don't want the same thing. Even though like yeah, Italy sucked, but I still had a good time there
Mm-hmm.
overall. Like better than I was here, you know, just working or whatever. Um and yeah, there is a comfort to knowing that like yes, this is a guaranteed good time. Like going to like when we go to Otakon like every year or whatever, or it was like a guaranteed good time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I definitely feel that I just want to get away from the monotony. Is my like the monotony kills me, especially with my job where I don't do 8 hours of work. I do maybe 30 hours of work, 30 minutes of work in 8 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
where I just want to get away from here where it's the same shit every day.
I can see that.
I will say though, going by myself, at the end of the second like the the end of the second week, I was ready to come home. I feel like I should have only gone for 2 weeks. Like I could have cut off a couple of days from each place and been okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the second week, I was like, just not hearing your name for 3 weeks or like having like a real conversation like with friends and stuff like that is just like it it just makes it hard, especially since I'm not like an extroverted person where I'm like out, you know, super talking to everyone all the time. I definitely play off having someone else to like talk with people with, or using them as a like a push to kind of like get myself out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, like it was just definitely like if I ever go
These
someplace by
folks are
myself again,
caverns are
it'll
teeming with
I'm not gonna
pelagic
go for more than
nightmares.
2 weeks, I feel.
They must be flushed out.
Um. All right. Let me ask you this then. Um. Now that you're talking about how you were there by yourself and you weren't really around other people that knew you or who you knew, did you feel at any point like less safe? Did you feel like you were in danger or like I guess even more like anxious than you normally would be?
Uh, I was definitely anxious at night, like going out to the bars, just for like the
Mechanical
normal like
hazards
social
possessed
anxiety of
by
like
evil
talking to new
individuals.
people. But I get that here, like going to a new bar to like talk to people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I didn't feel unsafe. The only place I felt unsafe was in Naples, walking through an alley to get to the new castle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because of like the way the city was set up and like the pickpockets and stuff. But otherwise, I didn't really feel unsafe.
Still got that cough, huh?
Yeah, I still got that bad cough.
Yeah, I imagine you
Um,
picked up all sorts of stuff that you just haven't been exposed to. Oh.
yeah, that's exactly what it. Plus, one other thing that was really odd was I guess when in Europe, like if you cough and sneeze, they don't, or at least what I saw, they didn't really cover themselves, like their mouth when they were sneezing and coughing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so in the plane coming back, there were a bunch of people who were like coughing, who weren't really covering their mouth, which really sucked and made me angry. And I'm pretty sure that's what gave me this like bad like at first it was a sore throat. The sore throat has gone away, but I still have this cough and like runny nose. So it's like
That
a bad
sucks.
cold, essentially.
I think it's just like a lack of education. They just like don't know what the hell they're doing.
Uh, I think it's more just a cultural thing, like that. You know, you get sick, and that's just how they deal with it. But it was just like it was just way different from like Asia, where like if you were sick, you put on a like one of those surgical masks to like stop other people from getting sick, which is definitely the preferred way. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's also just like a, personal space isn't really a thing. I felt like over there, like people would be all up in your shit.
That is less. That is less than awesome.
Yeah. Um, the other odd thing, apparently a lot of people thought I was Dutch, which was interesting. I didn't think I looked Dutch, especially being in Holland, that like I don't look
Yeah, you
anything
don't
like
look
them, but
like. Yeah.
yeah. Just they were all like I would say the starting height for the Dutch people were between like you and me.
Mhm.
And like I'm a short dude, and you're a taller dude, and so it was like a normal like average American height, I would say. So it
Sure.
was just really odd that they thought I was Dutch, especially since I don't think I look Dutch. I think I look fairly Irish, which
Sure.
I'm half Irish. So
Yeah, I
um,
mean that would be my guess if I was just playing the
yeah,
guess who the fuck this guy is game.
right. And so that was just an interesting thing. Um, like they would just talk, like random people would just talk to me in Dutch, and I was like, no. Like I never said I
Alright.
was American. I always said I was Canadian, but
Understandable.
yeah, like it's just yeah, no, I didn't vote for Trump. Like I don't have anything to do with that.
Gnawing
Like
them
I don't want
threatens
anything to
the
be associated with
the
that.
birthplace of dread.
Understandable given the current situation.
Right.
Continue the onslaught.
A little bleed stab there.
Them
There we go.
all.
So how is the 3 weeks I was gone here? What has happened since I've been gone? Regale
Not
me
really
with what's
anything,
happened.
honestly.
Yeah.
It's just been normal shit. I can't think of
Don't
anything like notable.
Yeah, the only thing I remember is Lindsay sending me a Facebook message saying that my absence was palpable when you guys were playing board games.
Oh yeah, so we played some board game. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
other people's personalities are more obvious when there's less people in general. And I think
Sure.
that like you play a crucial role in the group dynamic. Oh, fucking
Okay.
Helen, little bastard. Not you, obviously. Just,
Well, right.
Press
There he
disadvantage.
goes.
Give them no quarter.
yeah, so it was definitely, it was noticed. I'll say that much.
Well, it's
I'm
good to
definitely
be
glad to
missed.
have you back, yeah.
Yeah.
As the fiend falls,
So what do you think you're gonna be up to in the near future? What's your plans?
Well, I definitely gonna finish Valkyria Chronicles. And then after that, I feel like I want to play like Total War or Civ. I'm also thinking about Hollow Knight and finishing that. Um, but I would probably start that over. Just because I only got like halfway through and I don't remember exactly what I've done or where I've been, and that's like the Metroidvania style of
Oh
it. I don't
yeah,
want
it's
to
tough to get
backtrack
back
and
into.
yeah, so I'll just start over. But the game was awesome from what I remember, so I would definitely enjoy just like
confidence
playing that
surges
whole
as
thing
the
again.
enemy crumbles.
But I definitely feel like playing like a Total War or like a Grand
Grand
Sim
strats.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, just playing that, even if it's just like for a couple of turns a day, and then going and doing something else, whether it's Valkyria or
As
Hollow
blood
Knight or
gains
whatever
purchase,
else. Um,
spirits are lifted.
but I'm definitely gonna get back in.
Purpose
I
is
think
made
on
clear.
Monday. I'm also gonna being over there. One other thing I felt over there was like here, I would say that like I'm fat. Over there, I was obese. Like I was noticeably fucking like obese, like land whale. So I think I'm gonna start like lifting again. Um, coming this Monday. Like this week, I needed a break off since just I was walking so much and doing so much while I was over there
Well, that had to have
that I just
helped.
need to. Yeah, like I feel like I didn't lose weight, but I lost like inches. So, um, but I'm definitely gonna go back into the gym and start picking stuff up and putting it down, um, and just getting back into shape again, and eating better. But this week I just kind of needed a break. Like when I when I first got back, what was it? When Liza picked me up Sunday, I stopped. We got Popeyes for dinner because I just needed something American and greasy in me.
Yeah. I
And then like
definitely
the
hear ya.
Monday, because I landed on a Sunday and then I went back to work Monday, and like that. The other thing was the breakfast. They don't really have breakfast over there. Like breakfast is like a croissant or like a piece of toast. So like
Weird.
I needed like a super greasy like American like bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. So I went to Bagel Man and got like a nice sandwich.
There you go. Back to your roots.
Right, like I just needed that. Like, okay, I'm in America. Like this is home.
Did you? So America has this reputation as being like land of massive freedoms. Did you feel that at all? Did you feel like things were less free out in the wide world? In any noticeable way?
No, especially being in Amsterdam, where like hookers and weed was like, you could do that in front of a cop. Like we are definitely not the land of the free. Like, one thing with Amsterdam with like the red light district, like you could, it was ridiculous that you could like there was the window shopping next to a goddamn kindergarten, next to a goddamn church. So you could drop off your kid, go to the hooker, and then go to the church to repent your sins.
I could see that being good.
Yeah, like that was just like that, just like like I never felt myself as a prude until I was in Amsterdam, and then I was like, holy hell, like my American upbringing is coming out here. Like this is like I've never been one to like steer away from weed or whatever, but it was just like having it all out in the open and not like behind closed doors was just definitely like a whoa, okay, this is different. You know, this is definitely a different situation.
Seems like it would feel that way for sure.
Yeah.
Well struck.
Oh, that was definitely. Yeah. When I was coming back, I gotta tell the story because this was hilarious. Flying from, so coming back, I left from Rome, right? So I had Rome to Madrid, and then I had a layover, you know, in Madrid to go to JFK.
Mhm.
I landed at 3 p.m. Madrid time, and my plane was leaving at 4 p.m. So they stopped boarding at like 3:30, 3:45 for the 4 o'clock plane.
Sure.
And so we landed at 3. Now the airport in Madrid is huge. Like you have to take a tram to get from one terminal to another. So as they're landing, they're like, okay, this if you're connecting all connecting flights, they were like, okay, you got to go to gate whatever on this and this and this, and they were like, they didn't say JFK. Like connecting flight to JFK, they didn't say what flight it was on. So I was like, okay, what gate is this? So I asked it, like, as I'm leaving the airplane, like, I'm like, okay, what gate do I need for JFK? And they're like, oh, we don't know. And I was like, well, what do you mean you don't know? And they're like, yeah, we don't know. You have to check the screens out and, like, when you get out of here. And I'm like, okay. So I go out and I'm looking at the screen and it says, like, I landed at terminal K and I needed to get the terminal S. And it was like S49 was the gate that I needed or whatever. And they were saying, like, on the signs that were up, there was like, Terminal S is a 25-minute walk. So I landed at 3, and I needed to run to get to this terminal at, you know, 3:30. So I'm like short, but I'm a fairly big dude. Like I'm not the fattest guy, but I'm pretty big. I'm fucking booking it down this terminal, like to get to where I need to go to. I'm running like full speed with my backpack like jingling back and forth, like trying to get there. The people in front of me are just like staring off, talking, like having normal conversations, getting in my way. I'm playing fucking football, like jumping out of their way, like going around them, trying to get inside the fucking pocket, to get inside, to get over around them. So like I'm juking, like I'm running up to them, juking out of the left, juking to the right, like running down this thing. I get to the part where they need like a tram. Like I stop, like waiting for the tram there. I'm like breathing, like like waiting for this tram to get here. I get on the tram. I'm still like, it takes off, and I'm like, people are staring at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, everyone again is like a third of my size, and I'm sitting there like like holding on to the pole as I'm breathing. And like as soon as the gate door opens, I'm fucking out the door, blasting, running my way ass down. I get to apparently with America now. I guess I'm not sure if it's with Trump, but since after I went to Japan in 2015 and now they added like extra like boarding security, I guess, to go to
Mhm.
America.
Sure.
So um I get up there and they say, "Oh, you need to have additional security." I'm like, "But my plane is boarding." I'm like, "Yeah, you're fine." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So they sent me over to this other section, and then this like three other dudes and this like short old white woman is there. And we're like waiting because they're not telling us anything to do. They're just like, "Yeah, wait here." And I'm like, "Okay." And I was like, "Well, my plane is boarding. Like, what do you I gotta get on here." And they're like, "Okay, come follow us." And they bring us into this back room, and so they have us do the additional screening, which is like they have like white paper strips that I guess they wipe on, and they could test those for chemical traces for bombs. I guess I'm assuming bombs because in my bag I had like pop brownies and shit, so they didn't pick that shit up. So like yeah, so it was just bomb stuff, so they're doing that. At one point the guy goes, "Lift up your shirt," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, lift up your shirt." Now, when someone tells you to lift up your shirt, I'm going like Girls Gone Wild, like lift up your shirt, right? And he's like, "No, no, no, I just need to get your belly." So he just like kind of wipes two strips on my belly, and I'm like, "Okay." Well, it's like, well, you could have just told me to lift it up a little. I'm going full like college Girls Gone Wild here,
Oh
like
my
what
god,
up,
that's the best description
and
I've
then
heard in some time.
right, and then like I'm wearing shorts, and he's like, "Okay, we gotta get your legs." So he's like, "Okay," and I lift up my leg, and he like wipes both of those and does everything. And then he's like, "Okay, I need to check your bag and stuff like that." Checks that, does everything, all my pockets, does everything, gives me a pat down, and he's like, "You have any food?" And I'm like, "I have some chocolate here for that I bought as presents for the work or whatever." And you know, he's like, "Okay, let me look at that." And it was like a sealed bag. He's like, "No, no, no, that's good. Don't worry about that. That's all sealed. It's good." And I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, I'll just seal up
And
your bombs then, and I guess you'll be fine.
right, like it's sealed package and it's good. And I was like, "Okay, whatever."
The path
Um,
is clear.
and he just throws that in,
Follow
and
only
he
the
goes
strength
through, and
to
he's
follow it.
just checking me. He's like, "Okay, you're good." The old white lady that was next to me was like, "My plane is boarding. I gotta go. You can you speed this process up?" And between the lines, you can read that like she's saying, like, "I'm white. I'm not a terrorist. Can you fuck off? Like, let me go through to my plane." Like, in the most unobvious way that she's like trying to be polite about like I'm white and American, like this shouldn't happen to me. Like the whole time I'm just laughing at her. Like we're in like stalls, like bathroom stalls without like doors open, and I'm just laughing at hearing her the whole time. Like that she's talking. And the guy I have has like the thickest Spanish accent and like trying to listen to him. But like I'm just laughing at this lady the whole time as she goes on and on about like my plane is boarding. I gotta get on my plane. My husband is there. I gotta go. I gotta go. And it's like, lady,
She
calm
sounds like a
down.
real peach.
Like just calm the fuck down. Let them do what they have to do, and you'll get on your goddamn plane. They know you're here. Like they signed you in. They're not gonna let go on the plane without you there. Like you're right there. The gate is right there, lady. Like calm the fuck down. And so that was an interesting experience of almost getting trapped in Madrid without me like barreling down the fucking hallway, like playing football, knocking and tackling fucking people, getting out of the way.
Makes for a good story for sure.
Yeah, like it was definitely an interesting day. And that was like the day in Germany when I showed a German guy how to use the Berlin trains.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so one of the nights in Germany, I was out drinking. Like I went from bar to bar to bar to bar. I'm fucking plastered, and I'm going back to the hotel. And this guy, I guess he's German. He starts talking to me in German, and I'm just fucking out of it. And I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm I'm American. Like I do you speak English? Like I don't know what you're asking me, man. And he's like, "Oh, you speak English? Yeah, I know English." And he starts like, "I'm trying to find my way to um Ospenhof, which is like the secondary train station." And I was like, "Oh, okay. My station is near that, so follow me and you'll get off like a station before me." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he's like, "Oh, you know, how long you like, do you live here? And I'm like, no, I'm visiting. This is like my second day here or something like that. And it's like, oh, so you're an American showing the German around the Berlin trains. And I'm like, I guess so. I don't know what's going on. It's like, yeah, I'm from southern Germany. And I'm like, oh, okay. And just going on, like, we're just having conversation back and forth. Like, he's doing, like, he does sales or social work is what he does in Germany.
Mhm.
And I was telling him about, like, the IT work that I do and just going on and on. He was like, just going on, like, he just kept laughing about the situation of, like, an American showing a German around the Berlin train stations of how he was, like, where the fuck to go. And meanwhile, I am, like, half in the tank. Like, I am done for the night. It's like 2 in the morning. Like, I just want to go home and pass out. Like, I barely know which way is up, and I'm trying to navigate the Berlin train station by myself, let alone lead this completely sober German guy around to get to the right station. Thankfully, I got him to the right place, so that was cool. And
Sounds
then
like it was
he,
lucky for
like,
him, yeah.
yeah, like, good for him. Like, he gave me a hug as he left, and it was like, good luck again. And I was like, yeah, good luck to you, man. I hope this is the right place. Like,
Yeah, I was making it all up, actually.
yeah, pretty much. I was like, I know I need to go to this to get to S-Bahn to get back to mine at Warschauer. And I was like, okay, let me do that. And then it's like, yours is the station before mine, so do that. Just follow me and then get off a station before me. Like, I know that much. So just do that. Hopefully I didn't get on the wrong fucking train. I mean, I got back to my place, so I'm assuming he got to the right place since he got off the station before me where he needed to.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
A moment of respite.
Good for you. Look at you out there representing.
The coming horror.
Getting shit
Yeah.
done.
Hey. If anything, I showed the intelligence of the Americans and that we're not just all fat, stupid people. We're just fat.
Fair enough, yeah. Seems good, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was definitely a good time. Like, I definitely had a good time going over there.
That's cool, man. Yeah. It
Yeah.
seems like you had a good time. Seems good.
Yeah. The other thing, in Rome, it was interesting. Like, since it was so hot, like the women were wearing like super revealing clothing. So like looking around at like any direction, you saw good views, right?
Yeah,
And
sounds
so
good.
I'm walking around, I'm looking, and I was like, ooh, that's nice. And then like about 30% of the time, I would look up, like past the body, right, and look at the face,
Mhm.
and then I would be like, oh my God, what am I doing? And like because I would see either my mother or my sister.
Awarded
Uh,
to the brave
the
and
faces.
foolhardy alike.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, like 'cause I would be like, oh, that's nice. Oh, Jesus Christ, no, no, bleach. Give me the bleach. Give me the right now. Just give me the bleach.
Yeah, take
Yeah,
the good with
so-
the bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Glittering gold,
France is also crazy with like the
pouring blood.
fashion stuff. Like you
Mhm.
had like mothers with like toddlers and like super like fashionable outfits with like full makeup and everything on it. And I was
That's
like, how the hell
bizarre.
are you dealing with like a baby toddler and like you're so like on top
the
of your
promise
shit
of
like that?
safety.
Like goddamn. Like calm down a bit. You just had a baby. Let it throw up on you a little bit, you know?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Just the poor clothes.
Yeah, but they were in like top of the line like dresses and shit like that. That like in Paris, if your fashion was not on point, you were like nothing essentially. Like everyone was to the nines all the time.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Sounds exhausting, honestly.
Yeah, that's how I was like, no, my American ass could not keep up with that. Like even at work, like I can't be bothered to like iron my shirts. Like that shit is like dryer and then immediately hang up so that it doesn't wrinkle. Like I don't iron anything.
Got that anti-wrinkle tech.
Yeah, exactly. Get the anti-wrinkle shirts, get get that shit out of the dryer. As soon as it's done, hang it up, and you're good. Like, no, they had the crisp lines on everything on the suits. Like, all their shit was fitted. Like, all that shit was, like, perfectly set up for them to be on point all the time. And it was like, that's exhausting. Like,
Yeah.
I
mean,
that
good for
is,
them,
I
though.
am not about that. I am not fucking about that. Like, I want my goddamn burrito, I want my beer, and I want to sit in front of my computer and be a fat. Like, that's my
Remind
deal.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Why can't I hold all this stuff? Boo.
Walking around though was pretty awesome though. Like, just not driving was pretty
Oh,
cool, and
yeah, I
like
can see
not
that being dope.
not needing to drive, and like even the public transportation, like you didn't really need to take that. Like, I did because my foot, like in the blisters and everything, but like for you probably you'd be fine just walking everywhere. You could walk from one side to the other. It would be easy enough.
That definitely sounds appealing.
Yeah. So it's just like so different from like here. Like, even in like like where I work, you know, where I work, and like
Yeah.
walking around, like everything is still so far away.
Yeah.
Whereas there, like everything is within like super close. Like, you'd have 5 supermarkets within like a block and a half.
Precision
Like
and
anything you
power.
needed was like super close.
Convenient.
Yeah. So it's just that was just way different, and that I really liked. Like, it. I feel like if we were in a city, it would be similar. But since we're not, it's way different.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I really miss about like not being in a city, and one of the things I really want to be in a city is just the walkability of everything.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And it's not just like how it feels, but also like one of the reasons we're all fat is because you've got to drive to get anywhere in America, and you know the
Right.
local economies are so bad. You kind of have to like it's just not really possible to work by where you live most of the time. It's
Right.
not a thing.
And that's the other thing. I felt like within walking of everything, there are so many local small businesses that you could support and do everything by just walking. Like, oh, here's my local, you know, butcher shop. Here's my local supermarket. Here's my local pharmacy, whatever. That it was much easier to support local businesses that way than here. Like, I don't know about you, but when I go shopping, I go to, you know, Big Y ShopRite.
Mhm.
Whereas there, it was like all tiny little like supermarkets, and then if you need meat, you go to the butcher, you go wherever.
Yeah, less aggregated, just more small
Right.
businesses.
Right.
It seems good.
I'm gonna be right back though.
Yeah, sure.
Masterfully executed.
These octopus guys are not really much of a challenge, but they are kind of a pain in the ass. I've just been ignoring the dots. The dots are actually pretty bad. And also like super autopiloting this whole dungeon. I feel like I've made a bunch of dumb mistakes in here. So resistant. Why do you resist me so?
Momentary abatement.
Just you and me now, kid. Big crit. Alright. Keep them coming. Man, that blade would have been nice. Could have got a heal in there.
Be wary. Triumphant pride
I gotta
precipitates
go all the way to the end,
dizzying
and I need
fall.
my shovels. That's disappointing. Ugh. And there's crabs in here, so I gotta be careful about dropping. I guess I'm gonna do that. I guess that's what's happening. Oof. Yeah, we're just here for the cash, apparently.
Okay.
Making this money.
Money, money, money.
Oh yeah, dude.
Woo.
That's how it is for us today. Probably don't need another key. Wow. That's really inefficient. Cool. Good deal. The sex contents are yours. Alright. Oh, I'm out of torches apparently? That's not great. Shit.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna go into hard mode for this last fight. That sucks. Do not need, no want. I'll do this on the way back if I need to. Oh, yuck. It could have been better. Things could be better. This is just all HP damage. We can handle that pretty well, I think. Feel pretty confident with that. Oh, why you resist? Ah, man, not again. Oh, pull him up. Yes. Fixed it. I really thought that would kill him. The skill is just too fucking good. They're just gonna move me back and forth. Yep, that's the plan apparently. Hey, welcome to the party, motherfuckers.
Obliterated.
Just getting wrecked. Aw. More dots. More dots. Oh wait,
A
we got
trifling
serious
victory.
problems now.
But a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't think we will go back for that. Cocoon. Yeah, we can't really hold anything now. I mean, if we get an invitation, that would be pretty dope, though. Probably take that fight. I guess I should be taking these fights when I can afford to risk it. Which is what this is right now. Like, we can totally afford to risk this. Oops. Ugh, why? I guess. Oh, he's just coming up anyway. Fuck. Oh, good. Okay, that's lucky. That would have sucked. Dude, come on. Don't be like that. That should be at least one. Headmaster doing fuck all in this fight.
Ringing ears, blurred vision.
Good thing he's already got the thirst, otherwise I feel like that would have been a guaranteed fucked. Yeah, there's, because of stress though. This whole situation's just getting way more expensive. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just doing the guitar, and one of the things that like sucks now that I've been away for 3 weeks is that my calluses are gone, so my fingers fucking hurt again.
Oh, from the guitar, yeah.
Yeah, so from not playing for 3 weeks, like they just went away. Just sucks. Since I had built them up over a year, and now they're like gone.
Yeah,
They're still slightly there, but yeah. Yeah, it's also weird since like not playing that. Like some things I can play better now, but then some things that I had like down pat are like hard again. But like some things that were super hard before are like easy now. Well, that's why I have my lesson tomorrow morning. But I gotta go to do that.
They're gonna teach you a lesson finally, Peter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually double the length, so I'll have an hour-long session.
Beyond one's limits.
You like it double the length, Peter?
Yeah.
That's good, man. You're making fast progress on that too. I was pretty surprised. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if surprised is the right word.
No. I mean, I could still only play like a song and a half. Like I could play 2 songs partially, and then the 1 song fully. But like I've learned a lot of theory, which is like gonna help in the long run. But for right now, like I just haven't really been doing a lot of like different songs. A lot of it has been theory practice, and then those like 2.5 songs.
Sure. So the theory practice would help you theoretically write songs, right?
Yeah, which is what I really want to do.
Ghoulish horrors.
Like a lot of like the jazz theory and a lot of the just musical theory in general with like keys and modes and all that.
Wholesome marine life can flourish.
But a lot of it's just math, so it's not hard to pick up, but to just using the formulas at the right time to know exactly where you're at.
Oh, that dungeon went fucking sideways as all hell.
The plume.
But you got a victory.
And the pistol.
This is true. We did survive
A
it.
fitting end to my folly.
I'm starting to make like serious money every week now.